Hey guys, what's up? It's Clutch Films. I posted the 2020 NBA collection Eastern Conference yesterday to show you guys how much each of the collections cost. And this time around I went ahead and recorded all the prices down to around 1 p.m. On a Friday, so I figured there'd be a decent amount of players online, and now I got the Western Conference for you guys. Again, please guys, try to get like 10 likes on this video and I'll post another video tomorrow. I'm going to be keeping on trying to bring you guys daily uploads, so make sure you subscribe, turn on your post notifications so you know when I'm posting the next video, and make sure you guys come by on one of my streams. Hope you guys enjoy this. Okay guys, for the first team we got the Clippers. They're one of the more expensive teams in the West. I will be honest with you guys, the teams in the West are usually cheaper unless they got a superstar, and the Clippers are one of those teams that's got a dual superstar, both amethyst, so their collection cost is around 95 to 99k. Their expensive cards are Kawhi and Paul George, so if you guys are going to get these cards anyways, they make up about 75 of the 95,000 cost to do the set. So other than those two, it's roughly cheap set to do. So if you guys pull one of these guys, maybe you go out and do this collection. But other than that, there is way cheaper collections in the West, don't you worry. Okay, next up we got the Memphis Grizzlies. They're around 59 to 65k. They got a lot of young players, which means they got a lot of silvers. And silvers like Dylan Brooks are super rare. He's 15k. You can get all the other silvers around anywhere from 4 to 8k. It just depends on, again, what time you guys are on the game and all that. But John Morant, Jaren Jackson, they're all cheap. This is another collection. It's around the middle price for the West. So, I mean, if you guys got the players, you guys have a Dylan Brooks, maybe you go and do this collection too. Okay, next up, Utah Jazz. They got about 4 really expensive players, and the rest are just medium prices. So if you can get your hands on, George Niang or a couple of the other silver players, then this collection is not that bad. It's another 59 to 60-ish K collection. And honestly, guys, in the West, this is about what you guys are looking for in the West. And you're looking for the young teams with no true superstars. So you're not looking to buy an amethyst. But other than that, all their good players are roughly cheap, so you can pick them up for your normal team too. Okay, so we got the Sacramento Kings. They're one of the cheaper teams, but they are not the cheapest. They're coming around at 53 to 56k. They got an expensive player like Dwayne Dedmon, but again, you get your hands on a couple of these silver players, and the collection's actually not that bad. So it's 53 to 56k, guys, and if you guys haven't even tried yet, if you guys need a point guard, get that De'Aaron Fox. He is a baller. But other than that, that's pretty much the collection. Just get your silvers like every other team and hope you can get a couple snipes, and they're not that bad. Okay, next up we got the Los Angeles Lakers. I'm going to try not to say not too bad too many more times this collection, but this is one, I think this may actually be the most expensive collection in the game because of having Anthony Davis and LeBron James. And then their silvers are usually around 2 to 3k. And that's just, based on the time of day, you might get them for 2, you might get them for 3. But they're actually pretty solid silvers too. Their big men, the gold big men, you can get them at 1k, 800, 1000. Not that bad. The LeBron and Anthony Davis are going to see you back, and that's why this collection's about 120, 130,000 MT. Okay, now we got the Dallas Mavericks. Their expensive card's Ryan Broekhoff. I hope I pronounced his name right. Their collection's 51 to 55k, and they're actually roughly a cheap squad to do. And you got the Doncics and the Porzingis on the team to make them fun to play with if you get the cards anyways. So this is a collection I would actually try to persuade you guys to go do, just because you get some fun cards and it's not that expensive of a set. Okay guys, now we got the Denver Nuggets. They're actually on the more expensive side for a team without a proven superstar. So Nikola Jokic is actually like 4k, so he's like a silver card. And for most of you, he'll probably rock as your backup or your starting center. But if he's your starting center, you guys have some work to do anyways. Centers this year aren't that expensive. We'll get into Towns later on. I mean, you can get Shaq still for super cheap. But they do have one expensive, actually they have 2 expensive silvers. Michael Porter Jr. and Malik Beasley. And if you guys played 2K last year, you guys know how bad these Nuggets silver players can get. So a lot of their players are silvers again this year, which means they're an expensive set to do, but they're still in that 65 to 70k range. It's not that bad. Okay, next up we got the Pelicans, and you guys are going to see they're at the 60k range too. And if you guys haven't learned yet, doing collections right now is not the way to go to get your tokens. Play that triple threat online, play triple threat single player, play domination. You get to the harder dominations, you get a lot more tokens. Don't be doing these collections unless you just got the MT. They got guys like Nickeil Alexander-Walker on the Pelicans, and he's roughly 16k, and he's a very rare card. But the rest of the Pelican players are pretty cheap because they do have a lot of golds in the, every single Laker player they've gotten. And then Josh Hart's also one of the expensive silvers, I think, but he's a good silver, so it's kind of okay. He's kind of can be that last 3 guys in your roster. But I mean, guys, I'm just letting you guys know halfway through the video because this is where the real people are watching. Don't do these collections trying to make the best tokens. This is not the most efficient way. Okay, we got the Houston Rockets, and you would think this collection would be expensive, but in my opinion, they did Westbrook dirty and they made him a ruby, which dropped his price down under 10,000. And the rest of the Rockets players aren't that expensive. They're 3k silvers. So if you guys want Harden, this is the collection to do because Harden takes up half the cost. And the rest of the guys are roughly cheap. And they have 4 bronzes, which means those guys are 1,000 MT each. And if you guys can snipe this up for less, good for you. But their silvers are only 3k. So again, this is a collection. If you want that star player, just do the rest of the collection. You might as well. You're not even that far off now. Okay guys, the next team we got up is the San Antonio Spurs. Now, I have them listed at 46 to 48k, which they are the cheapest collection in the game to do, I think, because I'm going to assume their other silver is 3k. But I'm not for sure. I think Brian Forbes is usually the most expensive player. I know I'm saying I think, and it's because the issue with the Spurs is a lot of times when I've been checking these prices, a lot of these cards aren't even listed for a buy it now, which has made it really hard for me to figure out this team collection. And when I came down to it, guys, it's probably going to be 50 to 60k, just like every other team is. But if you can get these guys under 50, then go ahead and go for it, because this is a good collection to do then. But sorry I couldn't get you guys the best prices, but I'm not trying to be lazy, but I literally could not find the prices for every single player. Okay, next up we got the Phoenix Suns, and they are also in the category for being the cheapest collection to do because the Suns suck. So yeah, Ty Jerome's 15k in this collection, and if you can pick him up for under 5k, guys, you've knocked this collection down into the 40,000 because Devin Booker doesn't cost anything, DeAndre Ayton doesn't cost anything. Guys, their 4th best player is Ricky Rubio, and I'm honestly a Rubio fan because when he went pro at 14, I thought that was super cool, but it didn't translate as well into the NBA, which has led me to believe that this is going to be the worst team in the NBA, probably behind the Hornets, and it will make this collection super cheap too because no one's going to want players on a bad team, so you're only going to be doing this collection if you need the tokens. So why not go and get this collection done if you got Ty Jerome? Okay guys, so we got the OKC Thunder. You would think without Paul George and Westbrook, this should have been the cheapest collection because they're down to just Chris Paul, and Chris Paul goes for 1,000. But they kind of became more the Nuggets this year. They're roughly 76, I would say 76k at the end. I have it 72, 75, but these Thunder players are ridiculous, guys. Terrence Ferguson is one of them that I have listed on my notes here, and he goes for like 20k. They also have a big man. I'm blanking on his name. I'm sorry, guys, but you could never find him in the auction house, and when you do, he's like 30 to 50k. And I don't know who's buying these guys that's making people think they can put them up for this much, but stay away from this collection. Until there's enough silvers on this collection, just stay away. I would not recommend anyone do this collection unless you got the silvers, and if you have the silvers, just sell them. There's 2 silvers in this collection that go for as much as you can do the Spurs collection, so just make the smart decision, guys. Okay, so we got the Minnesota Timberwolves. Like every other team, the top, not that expensive, except they do have 1 or 2 silvers that are expensive, like Josh Okogie and Trevon Graham. And, if anyone remembers, Trevon Graham was one of the bronze of the Nets last year. He used to go for like 600. So now he goes for like 8k. And it's kind of crazy how you just go at 1 tier. And it's not because people want to use you more, it's just because you're a silver. Now you're worth more than Karl-Anthony Towns. I always wonder if they always mess with each other about this, silver players being worth more than anyone else. I hate it, but hey, that's supply and demand. But their collection's 50 to 55k. They're also one of the cheapest collections to do. Guys, I know if you guys have watched the East collection, you guys have seen the prices for them. The West is cheaper to do. If you don't go to one of the top heavy teams or one of the contenders, they're really cheap to do. The West is really good and really bad, and that's the same thing that goes for their prices. Okay, next up, Portland Trail Blazers. Lillard goes for a good amount. He's in the same category as Westbrook. Rodney Hood's an expensive silver on this team. But the rest of their silvers are medium price, and they got a couple other expensive silvers. But depending on the time of day, like I've been saying, you can get these guys for cheaper. And their collections, it's in the 50 to 60K range. They're about the same as everyone else. And I know in the last team I just said, if they're not a contender or a good team, they're probably going to be a cheaper collection due. And these guys are the same, and they are contenders. It's just because a lot of their players aren't sought after. I mean, no one's going out and trying to get a Nurkic or Whiteside, so their prices aren't that crazy. And then just silver players are silver players, and they got 9 silver players, I think. So yeah, I mean, you knew their collection was going to be somewhat expensive. But guys, I'm not kidding. Go out and snipe silvers. This is the best way to make MT, is sniping silvers, because there's still plenty going for almost 10K. And if you get a Thunder, you might even make more. Okay guys, last team in the NBA, guys. This is the end of this 2-episode series. If you guys want to see me do this with more collections coming out, or when the promos come out, you guys want to see me do this a week after the first day they come out. I mean, the prices are always going to change, so you guys just gotta let me know what you want. But for the Warriors, obviously their most expensive card is going to be Stephen Curry. I actually have done this collection, and you probably wondered why, with them being so expensive, because I honestly don't even use Clay. And it's only because I pulled Steph Curry out of Triple Threat pack. Like I said earlier, guys, play your single player triple threat. I mean, the first time I had a Western Conference pack, JaVale McGee. Second time around, Steph Curry. Well, it made it well worth playing now. So, things like this, it made this collection very, very cheap for me. Without Steph Curry needing to be bought, I was down to 35K, and I said, why not? And there's only, it's Steph and Clay. Everyone else is cheap in this collection. So just do this collection if you have Curry. And if not, go buy Curry. He's OP. Finish this collection out. But if you guys did enjoy these videos, please smash the like button, guys. I need to know what you guys like to see, because if I'm doing daily uploads, I want to only do what you guys want. So if you guys have enjoyed these kind of videos, let me know down below. Let me know if you guys want to see part, or my team, my career, and I'll just keep bringing you guys out videos. So again, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys all next time.